Super Smash Bros. Is a series I really enjoy. Well, I'm not good at it and the fandom at times can be problematic, but I enjoyed it anyways. And there's nothing I like more than good old Smash character reveal hype. Seriously, if you were to look up the word hype in the dictionary, you would find a character reveal trailer as an example. Whenever a new character is revealed to be playable in Smash, it will be the talk of the internet for days and weeks. For better or for worse. So in this video, I want to talk about who I would like to become DLC. And later, I'd like to talk about my predictions of who will actually join the roster, alongside some other thoughts and opinions on some random characters. I do realize I'm a little late to the party, with Min Min just recently released, and there's only 5 yet to be revealed, but hey, better late than never, right? Before we begin, I want to emphasize this is all my personal opinion. I might want a character that you don't, and you may want a character that I don't. But still, let me know who you want to become DLC in the comments below, and let's all be civil about it, okay? Alright, on to my first pick. Burger Time Chef. I got nothing, I just think it'd be funny. It's pretty safe to say that we'll be getting yet another Pokemon rep as DLC. Most likely one from the Galere region of Sword and Shield. I'll touch more on that later. But honestly, there really isn't any Galere Pokemon in particular I would want as a fighter. If I had to choose, I suppose I would pick Grapplotte? Though I might see him as a spirit, the likelihood of him becoming a fighter is a bit low. So with my first pick, I decided not to go with the Galere Pokemon, but instead go with yet another classic and one of my personal favorites, Gengar. I am a huge fan of Ghost Pokemon, and Gengar is easily the most iconic of the type. Hell, he's one of the first Pokemon you ever see when you boot up the original Red and Blue. You can make the argument that there's already enough Pokemon from the Kanto region, and that's fair. But I personally think his typing and design can really help him stand out from the rest of the crowd. I can see him using all kinds of moves like Nightshade, Shadow Punch, Shadow Ball, and it would be simply awesome to see him transform into his Mega or Gigamax form for his final smash. While a Galere Pokemon is definitely the more realistic choice, I still got my hope for my big purple demon. Before June 22nd came around, I had assumed that if a character was announced to be a spirit, it deconfirmed their chances of being a fighter. But now that Minute Maid has proven me wrong, it means my boy Rayman still has a chance. Rayman has a strange relationship with the Smash Bros. Series, from his trophies in Smash 4, the infamous artsy Omni leak, and now him having a spirit alongside rabbits, but I digress. Rayman's moveset would be simple yet fun to play. With his lack of limbs, he could get some pretty good range with his smash attacks. His spin attack would be his dash attack, his up special would be his propeller move, and similar to Mega Man, Joker, and many others, I could see all his allies join him in an all-out attack for his final smash. Plus, if they really wanted to, I could see a rabbit being incorporated somehow. Now that the spirit rule is no longer an issue, Ubisoft and Nintendo's pretty good relationship, and with the inclusion of a rabbit and an Altair Mii fighter costume, Ramen definitely has a high chance getting in. I think the one thing that could be possibly holding him back is the whole amiibo situation. Seriously, how are they going to make that look good? Smash Ultimate sure does have some very cute characters to play as. Kirby, Jigglypuff, Isabelle, just to name a few. They're all just so precious and adorable. So naturally that means a Doomslayer should join the roster as well. To see this Slayer be included would be both awesome and funny at the same time. On one hand, his wide variety of weapons from his Super Shotgun, Rocket Launcher, and Chainsaw to name a few, would make for a very fun playstyle. And on the other hand, the idea of him blowing up P2 with BFG while BFG Division plays in the background is just hilarious. Now I understand that the series has an extreme level of violence, and that could possibly prevent him from getting in. Though lately, Nintendo has been more open for violent games to be on their console, including every main Doom game now being available on the Switch. Plus, Smash Ultimate has some violent series being represented already. Some Resident Evil characters are now available as spirits, and there's already 3 M-rated characters playable, one of which has a monster in his game that's literally a giant green penis on a chariot, so anything's possible. Before I move on to my next pick, I just want to say one more thing about the Slayer. If his reveal trailer doesn't include Isabelle in some form, it would be a huge missed opportunity. While this list isn't in any particular order, these last 2 characters are by far the ones I want to see the most. The first being everyone's favorite orange marsupial, Crash Bandicoot. If there's one third-party character I'm confident will be DLC, it's Crash. He has had a crazy resurgence in popularity these past couple years. With the Insane Trilogy, CTR Nitro Field, and now Crash 4 releasing later this year, Crash is back in the limelight. And while he hasn't been a Sony exclusive since Crash Bash, people still see him as the face of PlayStation. And the likelihood of him crossing over with the faces of Nintendo and Sega grows every day. I'll be honest, if his reveal trailer shows the guy in the crash suit on the way to Nintendo headquarters with a Smash invite, I would definitely lose my mind. Though I am curious of how he would be handled in Japan. Who knows, guess we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, seeing the orange furball in Smash would be amazing. However, there is one other character I'd like to see just a bit more. Hear me out. Do I honestly think Scorpion will make it in? Well, not particularly. Going back to what I said previously about the Doomslayer, Nintendo has been more accepting of violent games on their consoles lately, and that's true. But while Mortal Kombat 11 has surprisingly been made available on the Switch, it has unfortunately been banned in Japan for said violence. So that could really affect his chances of getting in. However, I still have my hopes. Surprisingly, Scorpion isn't a stranger to toning down the gore. He's made appearances in both MK vs. DC and Injustice, and both of those are rated T. While he certainly works better in an M-rated game, he can tone down the violence if needed. Now this could definitely be up for debate, but in my opinion, the two most recognizable fighting game series are Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, at least in the States. These are two series where even if you never played them, you at least have a good idea of what they're about. When it comes to Street Fighter, it's the classic fighting game. Everyone knows about Hadouken and Shuriken, and if a fighting game is ever parodied in a show or movie, it's most likely parodying Street Fighter. And with Mortal Kombat, everyone is definitely familiar with how gory the series is. Plus, everyone has said fatality or get over here at some point. So not only having Scorpion in Smash means he got to cross over with other gaming icons, it would also mean crossing over with his biggest gaming rival. Something that fighting game fans have been wanting to see for years. So while the Slayer is the more likely violent character, that doesn't mean I want Scorpion any less. Plus, you gotta remember, if a Piranha Plant can be a fighter, anyone can be a fighter. Now that we got through who I personally want, I want to quickly go over who I think will actually join the roster. And if I happen to include a character from my want section, I'll keep it brief. Alright, onto my first prediction. Going back to what I was saying in the beginning, it's very likely we'll be getting a Pokemon rep from the Glare region. While I hope this isn't the case, I'm assuming it will most likely be the final evolution of Scorbunny, Cinderace. It's not like I'm against Cinder in any way. I think he has a fine enough design and I'm sure he could have a fun moveset. It's just that I would personally prefer a grass type like Rillaboom, just so we can even out the grass, fire, and water Pokemon, though I don't exactly see that happening. While I'm hoping for the latter, Cinderace is most likely the one that will make it in. That, or the purple electric lizard thing. First character I'm including from my wants section is Rayman. And again, I'll keep this brief. Honestly, the fact that he hasn't been included yet is kinda surprising judged by his history with the series, but like I've said earlier, now that being a spirit fighter is no longer an issue, the Mii costumes of other Ubisoft characters, also some suspicious hints from other sources, pretty sure these are all clues pointing towards his inclusion. JRPG characters. Many people love them, but several people, including myself, are tired of them. While many people will definitely complain about it, it's very likely we'll be getting another one as DLC. It was admittedly a bit hard choosing who it could possibly be, because really, it could be any one of them. Maybe it'll be a character from the Monster Hunter series, which, honestly, I don't think I would mind as much. But perhaps it could be Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Sakurai still wanted to include Rex from Xenoblade 2 despite the Mii costume. Or maybe they'll go ahead and choose the Disney Friendship Boy. Regardless who it might end up being, it's inevitable that another JRPG character will join the roster. And the second and last character I'm including from my wants section, if you've been paying attention you can already probably guess, Crash Bandicoot. Honestly, I don't really have much more to say. It's just with his massive resurgence in popularity recently, I just think it's only a matter of time before he joins. And now, that brings us to my final prediction. Geno. One of, if not the most requested character to be in Smash. As someone who's never played Super Mario RPG, or even any of the Paper Mario games, I never really understood why so many want this puppet to join Smash. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't notice the hype. Sakurai himself said he wanted to add Geno all the way back in Brawl, but wasn't able to. He also said he wants to make Smash Ultimate, no pun intended, the ultimate entry in the series, and so far that's pretty much the case. Several characters that people have been asking for years have finally been included. And, say it with me kids, the spirit rule no longer being an issue, and the fact that his own Mii costume has yet to be seen again, I predict that Smash Ultimate will be Geno's much anticipated return to gaming. And now that I talked about my wants and predictions, I'd like to share some very brief opinions and thoughts on just a few random characters. Waddle Dee. I wouldn't mind him if he was in the base game, but I don't really think he's DLC worthy. Shantae. I bet she would have a very unique moveset. Plus, it would be really cool to have more indie characters represented. Pokey. Almost put him in my want section, but I wanted other characters more. But it would still be cool to have more villains in an Earthbound rep. Sora. This will definitely upset people, but I don't really want to see him get in. Not because I don't think he could be fun to play as, it's just, as a character, he annoys me. Always going off about friendship, hearts, darkness, or whatever the hell Kingdom Hearts is about. Eggman. While Shadow and Tails would definitely be more likely, I think Eggman would be a really cool addition to the villain side of the roster. Louie. I'm not gonna lie, I really unironically want him in. Either as an alternate skin or Echo Fighter, just please make my stupid dreams come true. Funky Kong. Give me that new Funky mode already. Frogger. Is this meme still funny? Mock Rider. I really like the look of his costume and he has an awesome theme song. Still kinda upset that the Grinch leak ended up being fake. Waluigi. Honestly, Birdo is more likely to get in at this point. Dante. Don't know much about him, but I think he would make a pretty cool inclusion. Heavy. I don't know the likelihood of PC game characters making it in, but I still think it'd be pretty cool to see him in. Master Chief. Yet another character I nearly put in my want section. While I never played any Halo games, I just know him being announced would make the internet go insane. Steve. The fan base is a bit much, but I'd still be up for his inclusion. Just keep him away from the Baron Bird. Freddy Fazbear. I'd rather play as the man behind the slaughter. Jim and Yen. Nearly put him in my prediction section as a wildcard pick, but ended up taking him out because I didn't really have many reasons to back him up. Nobody seems to really think about him, but I'd say he has a chance. And finally, Jonesy from Fortnite.
No.
And I think that's about it. So to end this video off, I'd like to say one more thing. If you unironically want Goku, something is seriously up with you. Thank you all so much for watching. Before I end the video off, I just want to say a quick few things. Also, I have no script with me, so this is on the top of my head. I want to give a quick shout out to my friends Jackson and Ryan, aka Staker JP and Right Bread. With the videos they've been putting out recently have really inspired me to make this video. So I highly recommend that you check out their channels. The link to their channels will be in the description below. In regard to the future of my channel, probably don't expect more video game videos. I just don't really have much to say about them. I do, however, one day want to make videos about horror and comic book movies, just because I feel like I could bring a lot more to the table with that instead of video games. And when will I start making them? Who knows? So in the meantime, just look forward to memes every now and then. And while I can't promise anything, there is a slight chance that we could get another Christmas special. But don't quote me on that. But anyways, this video has gone on long enough. So leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want, and comment what you thought. And I'll see you whenever I feel like it.